I feel that. Oh, water. I forgot my
because
water.
I forgot to unmute myself when I was saying hi to everybody. So hi, we're back. I hate technology. I need a producer to sit like over there and do these things for me. So, anyways, we're picking up where we left off with Bajra and Ahote, and where they had emotionally damaged themselves on purpose by themselves. I kind of nudged them in that direction, and they went full bore in that direction. So you know you're doing a good job as a GM when we do that. So welcome back to D in Denial Friday nights. We are part of the overall 3 campaigns that are taking place right now. Don't forget to check out the A1 Adventures by I Sneeze Stars on Mondays, and the Diary of a Dragon Pit by Default Dungeon Master on Tuesdays, both of which are great shows. You should check those out. Fortunately, they do those at 7 p.m. Eastern time, but because of schedules and things like that, we don't start until really late Friday. And then they have emotional scarring that I wake up to the next morning, them crying on Discord. Oh my God, I can't believe we did that. I'm like, yes, you did. And I can't believe you did it. If you want to watch anything, watch the last 30 minutes of the last episode. Yeah. So where we're going to pick up is with Bajra and Ahote bringing in Merrick. I think it was Merrick, right? Merrick, the Bahul, who said that he had items for Bajra. He didn't return, and when he didn't, they kind of went out to find him, and they didn't find him in a good spot. And since Ellen wasn't here last time, I'm not going to spill the beans. I'm going to let Bajra and Ahote kind of explain the situation. So Ellen, what's happening is you see coming in a 8-foot bahul. One horn is broken up it towards its up on its towards where the point is, about halfway. The other one is this black ashen, like it's been in a fire. He's got severe burns on 70% of his body, and he's healed, but he's really got these burns, and they're getting ready to take care of him. uh Genevieve turns and says, Merrick, what happened? And he kind of shudders a little bit, and some of the other NPCs and other people that are there kind of rush up, and they start taking care of him, and they start applying medicine and things to him. Both Ohote and Bajra, though, look like they're unscathed. We'll pick up from there and let you guys go. No one go at the same time, please.
Oh. Okay. It says you muted, Marco.
Sort of one place and me and Ahote are somewhere else, and
No, you guys have come back to the rebel base.
we're back at the rebel base.
You're back with the rebel base.
Okay.
Is this a before we left out?
No, this is as you arrive back with Merrick the Bahul after finding him where you found him.
Oh, because so this is before. This is before.
Okay. Yeah.
Before what?
Our
before
mission.
we went to go hunt down some.
Before we emotionally damaged ourselves.
No, this is right after you emotionally damaged yourselves.
We left Marco. We left him with them, and that's why it was just us two when we went out.
Well, yeah. No, not Markham. Ellen was there, but you guys went out, found the Bahul, like, oh my God, this is all bad, and then brought him back, and that's where we're picking up.
And then we went out to go get.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Okay. So that's where that is. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Sorry, my notes are not favorite. So then they left, Ellen, for you guys to deal with the Bahul, and then they were gone for what, 30 minutes?
Mm-hmm. And I think it's important to note that Ellen did give out a pistol.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I currently have Ellen's pistol.
Was it Bajra?
I took it.
Yeah. Ellen very reluctantly handed over one of his pistols to Bajra so they would have an extra weapon should they need it. And so when they actually come back from right after emotionally damaging themselves, you see them as they come in, and you notice, Ellen, that they are not the same quippy brother sister, oh, I did this better than you kind of thing happening. They're actually
very quiet.
Very quiet. Very, I mean, it's unusual between these two. And they've actually taken the Bahul. They've taken him back into the back, one of the back rooms for medical treatment. You're right. Sorry, I got my points mixed up. That's what happens.
Yeah.
And stuff. So yeah, it's right after you guys emotionally damage yourselves. So we'll pick up from there with Ahote or Bajra or Ellen. You guys do your thing.
Well, Ahote probably gonna walk in, dragging his feet right after Bajra. A color you've never seen him before, like ashen gray. The face on the look on his face is almost a disbelief and still in shock, and he just kind of looks like he's just floating along behind Bajra because that's all he can do right now.
Yeah, and Bajra's looking like pent up, like she's very tense. So as she's walking in, she's Genevieve,
Genevieve
do you have it?
looks at you and goes, "What's wrong? What is wrong with the series?"
Do you have a training room or something? Because we'll talk.
A training room?
Yeah, something. I need to hit something.
Well, we have like some. She kind of like points out. Well, it's not really a training room, but it's an area where we kind of practice with each other. It's just another room. It's not like it's got things you can hit.
At the mention of room, Ahote looks up and is like, "Yeah, it's probably smart." And he stumbles towards his room.
And Bajra's going straight towards that training room and immediately starts hitting things. Probably a wall. But she just starts hitting things.
Ellen, how do you want to respond to this? I mean, you've only known these guys for about 24, 48 hours. But in the time that you've known them, you've known Bajra, Bajra is definitely got a little chip on her shoulder. Ahote tends to be a little more upbeat, but Ahote, and you've never seen his emotion bands that he has non-colored. Right, they've always been like a red, a black, or a blue. This is like a dark ashen color. Like you've never seen this before. Almost colorless, right?
He's just kind of watched this unfold in shock. He's not sure which one to follow, honestly. He's just gonna kind of stand there. He was going to approach and ask for his pistol back, but he's just gonna kind of lean back against the wall and kind of grunt to himself.
Oh, it's mine now.
Around
it's in the
this
hands of a
time-
17-year-old. Have fun.
Yeah.
Around this time, Ahote. Wow. The drunkest, now wielding pistols. At around this time, Ahote has entered his room with Luna, and he's just sitting on the bed. He doesn't even know what to think. He like sits down, and then he stands up, but he doesn't know why he's standing, so he sits down. But it feels uncomfortable to sit down, and he's just like pacing back and forth all over the room. Just he's a mess.
They've caused themselves PTSD, and I didn't have nothing to do with it. Ellen, as you're kind of, you kind of see them kind of split up from each other, and they weren't even joking, they weren't even jolly or anything like that. They just split as soon as they walk in, and you watch as Bajra goes in the other room, and as she gets ready to go into the other room, she just brings back her right fist and hits the door frame, and as she pulls her hand down away, you can kind of see that. Is that blood that's on the wall from her hitting it so hard?
He's gonna wait maybe 5-10 minutes and then follow Bajra into the training room.
During that 5 or 10 minutes, you hear a lot of heavy. There's grunting, definitely, but there's a lot of like I would say almost. How would you describe it? Almost like anger, like anger, like. "Argh!" And
Yeah, it's a lot of angry noises.
as she's hitting and kicking things. I
Probably
would.
some things in Rakish.
Oh yeah,
Most
probably.
definitely
Yeah,
things in
probably,
Rakish.
definitely, clearly in Rakish. But at the same time, have you pulled out a weapon, or you're using your hands?
No, I'm using my hands. I don't have time to worry about weapons right now. Just
So about 5 or 10
I have too many
minutes
weapons.
go by, and you're not seeing anything from Bajra, but you're hearing a lot of angry tension happening in the so-called training room.
Just what, like an empty room with
Well, I mean, it's not like, like these people like have like punching bags or anything like that other stuff, right? They've got maybe a wooden dummy that's got like a fake sword out in front of it. They maybe have maybe one arrow target that they can shoot at. I mean, it's not like a planned or built training room for warriors. They're just kind of,
oh yeah, then that
they're still just really minor players in what they're attempting to do.
that little scarecrow dummy situation thing
Right.
is
Is toast.
definitely broken. It's definitely broken. Oh yeah, definitely broken. She's
Nice.
the only kind of weapon usage is this sword that she has is now thrown against the wall. But not meant to stick to anything, just like the clattering ding 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 against the floor. She just kind of throws it and just continues her rampage.
And a rampage continues. Mark,
Mm-hmm.
Ellen, what do you want to do?
He's gonna enter the room and kind of cautiously approach, still giving her lots of space. Just kind of looking around at the carnage of this once mundane and useless training room, now completely and utterly worthless.
It's definitely a war room now.
As
I mean,
Carnage.
go ahead.
Bajra, are you all right?
She's gonna stop and hear him. I will be.
Willpower check. He has a 5.
He has a 5.
Mm. Mm.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's 5 successes.
Wow. She doesn't lose
No,
control.
that's 6. That's 6. That's
So
6
she
successes.
doesn't lose
Sorry.
control into the rage that you've seen her do before. Rather, while she says, "I'll be okay," she starts to uncontrollably cry a little bit. Not like she's doing it on purpose. She's holding back this rage, and it's just, you can see these tears starting to well up, and they just start. Yes, I am taking a little advantage with your character on this.
It's okay. You can't
Because,
see it because of a mask.
right. Well, but you can kind of, yeah, you can't see it because of the mask, but you can see like a
You can kind of hear it.
wetness starting to appear on the edges of the mask as it kind of like comes down to her chin. And almost this, like, I don't know, what would you say?
Very
like,
just
it's like a sob, like, "Don't worry about me" kind of thing.
yeah, just I'm fine. She's trying not to let her voice break, and
Fine, everything's fine.
I'm fine. Fine.
Okay.
I'm fine.
Well, return the pistol when you can. I'll be out next room if you need me, if you want to talk or anything.
I honestly forgot I had it. I'll need it later, but fine. She's
All
gonna
right. Well, I'm glad you're fine.
Is Magic Man okay?
I haven't checked on him.
Okay. He probably got the worst of it, if I'm being honest.
Should I go check on him?
I would.
All right then. He's gonna just leave.
I'm gonna pick that sword back up and just tough out. Go back to the. After taking a couple breaths, go back to the main room and just breathe and be
So
fine.
as you come back into the main room, you see Genevieve, kind of concerned about you. Like, is everything okay, dear?
Everything went fine. Everything went fine. You know, we got what we needed to. It was
You don't seem fine.
it just caught me off guard is all.
What? Yes, now I'm
He
inflicting mental damage.
now you're inflicting mental damage.
Oh,
We went to find Verkoffs, just like you said.
And you found some?
We found some.
And you brought a uniform back, yes?
Yes.
Fantastic.
So, in that regard, everything went fine.
But then?
I told one what I was. And he didn't react the way that I thought he was going to.
How did you expect him to react?
I thought he was going to laugh. I thought he was going to get angry. Thought he was going to get cocky and make a couple mistakes.
And that's not how things went.
Nope. Figured an honor fight from the Dishonored would be something hilarious. But he took it seriously.
Well, I mean, aren't Rakoss known for defending their honor, even among the honorless? I mean, I don't know much about your culture, but I do happen to realize or happen to have heard at some point that and I don't know the name that they call you, but I know it's almost like a stigmata in your culture. Is that not how you regain your honor, being an dishonor, or an honorless one, as you call yourselves?
It can be regained, but I believe that if I regain it, then it's admitting to it. But to kill me brings great honor to them. So I figured he'd want to take advantage of that.
And so did he abide by the honor rules? The honor fight?
He did.
And you defeated him?
Yep. But he did so with a steady hand, as if he was sparring off against anybody else. As if what I am meant nothing. It should have. I was expecting it to. As it does with everyone else. But it didn't.
Well, maybe the absolute result was it wasn't an honor fight for him and it's just a fight?
Potentially.
You Rakoss have a very unique view on honor. Unlike the Tajahu. But I don't know a lot about the Tajahus either. I do know that the Tajahu have family honor, which is a little bit more different than the Rakoss honor, what I understand.
Yeah, I mean, we have that too. But
But the gods willed it the way it was supposed to happen. So maybe you're
Guess
not so
so.
dishonored like you think you are. Unless, again, I don't know enough about your culture to make those kind of absolute judgments. But what were you expecting him to do? Just come at you laughingly, hauntingly, arrogantly, trying to kill you?
yeah,
And if he had
because
done,
everyone else has.
and if he had done so,
It would have
would that
given me
improved
something
his
to take
honor?
it. It would have given me something to take advantage of.
So you were looking to take advantage of his anger towards you for being a dishonored one?
Yes, it's what's allowed me to survive this long. Is their cockiness towards me, their arrogance, their confidence that they're honored ones.
Have you ever thought that
Are
maybe he was a dishonored one at once?
Nope.
And we'll pan over to Ellen going to check on Ahod.
You're still muted, Markham.
Markham, you're still muted.
There we go. He'll go up and he'll knock on the door quietly, just to see if he's even awake or anything in there.
There's not really an answer, but you can hear him walking back and forth. You can hear him sitting on the bed.
And you can hear
And him
Luna.
getting up.
You can also hear Luna kind of whimpering. In a non it's a very mournful whimper. And yes, the door is unlocked.
He'll crack it open and peek inside.
What do we see when we open the door? Okay.
When you open the door, you see him pacing back and forth as you suspected he was, but all of his hands seem to be moving in different directions at once. There's no pattern. It's just all chaos. His entire physical self looks like as if he's in just mental chaos. But you can hear him muttering to himself, just like, I had no choice. It had to happen. But it didn't have to happen. And it's almost like he's arguing with himself about if he can justify it or not, how it happened and what should have happened. But that's all he's saying is just it had to happen, but it didn't have to happen like that. But there's no other way. How else would I have done it? But that's just like a low mutter to himself as he's walking back and forth.
Ahote, are you all right? You seem, I don't know, off. Foster said I should come check on you.
I don't know anymore. I mean, it was simple. It was so simple. It was so easy. Oh my gosh, it was so simple. I don't know what I'm
You'll
gonna
have
do
to
anymore.
speak up a bit. You're kind of muttering.
He slowly looks up and he just notices you, and it's not like his demeanor calmed or anything.
Are you still ashen gray with your emotional bands?
Uh-oh.
I think he froze.
Just in his head.
Oh,
Oh, can you
you
still
were
hear me?
frozen. You were frozen for a little bit. It was a little scary.
It was a little scary.
Oh,
It was like,
No.
what's gonna happen next?
dun dun dun. No, no. You see him kind of he kind of slows down a little bit, but he doesn't necessarily stop. You see him acknowledge you.
Hmm.
He doesn't really say anything to you. He just kind of goes back to muttering to himself, and then he stops and he looks up. He's how would you have done it? How would you have done, Ellen? How
Done what? I don't understand the question.
I don't understand. It was simple. The plan was simple, and we did it. We did what we needed, but
All right, you're going
it
to
was
have
so
to
wrong.
back it up a bit.
I don't know. I don't even know what I could do anymore. And he kind of sits down on the bed and he's just pondering and he looks up. He's like, it's it's innocence, regardless of who it is. Everyone has innocence, and I took that
I'm gonna start
unconscious.
crying here in a minute.
Yeah.
Unconscious and unable to defend himself. How low could I possibly be?
All right. Trying to piece together what happened exactly. Did you kill someone while they were unconscious?
Yes, but there was no other way to do so. It was we either did that or it was we either did that or we just everything everything would have went sideways. Like, what do you even do with that? I had to. I had to, right?
All right, well, I
And
don't know.
as he's trying to adjust, he as he's trying to justify it in his own head, he sits there and you can see him start you see color starting to come back, but
blue.
it's like colorless and then it's like dark. And then like it's fluctuating, but it's more dark than it is anything else. It's almost like instead of being
Daddy.
so strucken and
Blue. Blue.
yes, it's blue.
Green.
Hmm. And instead of being so strucken
How can you
or
stay
shocked
emotional
that
when you got a bundle of joy on your lap like that?
I don't
Right?
know,
God.
but
Like,
I'm
Dad,
glad
it's
because I
blue.
was.
Go ahead, be sad.
Go ahead, be
Go
sad.
ahead,
I'm glad
do
he
it.
snapped
Try.
out from the
Try to be
sadness.
sad. Try it, Dad. See if you can be sad now.
with you.
Be
All right.
emotional damage.
That's
You see him starting to get a little more mad at himself, but he's like, "We had to. We had to for the mission's sake. We had to, but I didn't have to do it like that. He
Can
was
I
already
stop?
unconscious."
Can I stop you for a moment?
He stops talking, but his breathing gets a little quicker and heavier, almost as if he's starting to panic to himself.
Hmm. I don't understand what happened out there, but it sounds like there was a threat to the mission. You eliminated the threat and completed the mission. That's all there is to it. There's no gray area of how you did it. You did what you had to survive, and that's what matters.
I was going to survive either way. I would have survived. We could have done something differently. Could have locked him up. Could have taken his memories away. We could have done something. Would you do it? Would you kill an unconscious someone who could not defend himself? Would you kill them?
I may or
mean-
may not have in the past, for all you know. We do what we must to survive, and I stand by that. And completing the mission in this case was your definition of survival.
You say that, and he kind of looks off, clearly deep in thought about that statement of another way to justify it. But his color, it doesn't go back to colorless, but it doesn't go back to black. It's just kind of like a normal gray. And then he
Well,
like fully rests his body on the bed, like, huh. Survival.
see, when you feel too deeply about this, then you spiral out of control. What you need to do is you need to focus on the task at hand. It could be survival, could be the mission, and whatever it takes to complete that is what matters. If you lose control emotionally, that's where the trouble begins. No shame in doing what it takes to complete your mission.
So it's just. I'm trying to stay in character so hard. Oh, they are perfect for this session because this could be a lot darker.
So we'll come back. We'll come back to Genevieve and,
Please.
and Banja. She turns and she hands you a large, a gigantic, how to put it, a large mug of brandy. It says, perhaps he was dishonored as well. You'll never know.
No, I guess not.
I mean, how do you go from dishonored to honored? How does that happen for you? What does that look like? What does that take?
I have no idea.
Perhaps,
They say it's some grand deed that in the eyes of the god is worth it.
well, maybe then you should figure that out.
If I try to get rid of this, then it's accepting that what I did was wrong.
But what did you do that was so wrong?
What everyone else does. They killed someone they shouldn't have. I don't.
How do you mean
I
you
don't want to
killed
go into
somebody
that
you should
much.
not have? That happens to all of us at some point. It hasn't happened to me yet, but I'm sure at some point I may have to be the executioner of somebody that probably doesn't deserve it for whatever good we want to do in this world.
But an ally? Look, I understand
she takes a deep sigh and takes a deep draw of her own mug. As well, allies come and go, don't they? They change. One day your greatest enemy could be your best ally, and vice versa.
Not in this case.
Hmm.
Look, I understand you're trying to help, and honestly, this is more than I've told anyone. So, Count yourself lucky, I guess. But I don't really want to go into that.
Do you not want to forgive yourself? Do you not want to look for a way back?
It would just be admitting to, and if I could go back in time to do back to the way I don't know what just happened. What just happened?
Was that you going back in time?
That was her going back in time, everybody. No idea. She just,
If I
boom.
could go back in time,
Whoa.
My whole Discord decided, hey, no.
Oh.
You're doing emotional things? How about no? That was funny. I don't know what caused that, but hopefully that doesn't
perfect
happen again.
timing. It was if I could go back in time, instantly goes back in time.
Guys, I'm back. You'll never understand.
So if you were to go back in time, would you change it?
No. I would do the exact fucking thing over again. And I would get marked. Again.
What is it you did exactly? She comes and she sits down next to you. You know, you can smell the sweetness of their perfume, almost alluring in a sense. And she's trying to convince you.
Do I get to roll skepticism to not say anything?
As soon as I get my dice out, yes.
Yeah. Go ahead.
She's got 14 successes on this charisma check. On this convince check.
That's not real.
I just rolled an odd 3.
Yeah,
Plus an
that's
initial
not-
6.
That's not real. Yeah, I only got 2.
You can feel the warmth of her wanting to try to understand you better. It's in no way is she attempting to force you, but she wants to draw it out to see if maybe she can help you, maybe point you in the right direction. You almost feel like this one's gonna hurt, like it was your mother again.
Oh no, that does hurt. They hit me right in between the ribs. Oh, okay.
I don't even know
Ooh.
what that means. That hurt me.
Stick the knife in there. We're just waiting for the twist. She's gonna take a really deep breath, and she's probably gonna take a really long drink of brandy before. Also, that's not brandy. That's water.
I was gonna say, you're not sharing.
Unfortunately.
It's okay. I'm literally drinking water out of a Starbucks cup. Doesn't get much sadder than that.
Yeah, we're sad boys today.
And it's your drink. All you need.
I killed my best friend.
And how did you do that?
It was a stupid little thing. Would you believe it? I was in training to be a soldier. The greatest of any Vogukan. Do exactly what I was always told I was going to be. I was going to be a soldier. Everyone told me you got good blood. Just good guts in you. Just follow your guts, and whatever you do, it's going to be the right decision. And during a training exercise, found a little nobody. Injured. Broken leg or some shit. And it was a pathetic little thing. Just absolutely just upsetting, just sad to look at. Not in the fact that he was just small, but he was groveling, he was begging for life. And I was told to kill him. Right where he stood.
And
Or sat.
why didn't you? I mean, you were commanded, weren't you?
I was.
Isn't part of the Rakash honor is to do at some point? And again, I'm a little shaky on your whole cultural concept of honor. To do that? Or am I misunderstanding?
No, it's
so you chose to give life to someone that you thought deserved life, even though others around you felt differently?
It was to be aggressive. That's one of the rules that I broke. One of the great ones. One of the great big bad rules that I broke. And I didn't want to be aggressive at that point. He just needed help. He would have lived. His injury wasn't fatal. It wasn't like I was putting him out of his misery or anything. It would have been fine. So I stood before him while he begged at my feet, little child that I was. And he told me, he begged for his life, and I turned around and went to go grab a med kit. My best friend took it as a chance. Took it as her chance to do great, because she wasn't in a proud family like I was. Her family wasn't as highly regarded as mine was. She saw it as her chance to make a name for herself. Catch the commander's attention. Or some shit, I don't know. She rushed at him, and I reacted. I'm gonna take my rope dart and just hold it by the dagger part. Threw it at her. And 2 people died that day.
2?
She managed to stab the little pathetic thing. She's killed him. I killed her.
And you were punished for this because you didn't follow through with the order?
I disobeyed orders, and I denied her an honorable death. To die face down is dishonorable. Because Rakas are meant to face their enemy. They should die from the front. To die face down is...
It seems to me that the
uncalled for.
Rakash system of honor is a little odd, I think. But at least
you could say that.
At least to my Siliph eyes and ears. But
yeah,
the
you could say that.
Tajar have something similar. And so do the Kova. But they don't punish them to that extent. So what happened? You killed your friend,
Mm-hmm.
who killed this pathetic, as you indicate, entity or being.
Mm-hmm.
What happened to you? Why is this? I'm afraid I don't understand why this is hitting you so hard. And again, I don't understand the Rakas culture. But it seems to me that you were trying to save a life, but ended up accidentally taking a life.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Make that make sense for me.
It's a code we abide. I don't know how to put this plainly. It's a code we abide that if you go against this code, you're damned. You're less than Rakesh. You're the lowest of the low. You're not even worth saving. You're demonic, I guess is as close as the word is.
Oh wow.
I don't know how to say it in common.
Damned?
Sure.
Interesting.
And then
So
you're
why
brought.
did tonight have such a impact on you then? I mean, if you're going to take on the role of, I hate to say this, perhaps it's not the right word, but the role of a villain in what you're doing, why the emotional reaction tonight? Maybe he was on honor list. Maybe he was. Maybe he wasn't.
It just
But were
it
you
caught me by
looking?
surprise.
Were you looking for a
That's all.
relief? Like finally a chance to die for something that you believed in, despite the fact that others may not have believed in it?
I don't know. I don't know anything anymore. Just anybody who's ever found out about any Rakas who's ever found out about what I am, they've always reacted similarly. They've either gotten cocky or arrogant, or this is my chance, you know.
Well, that seems to be the damnation part of any that have been marked as dishonored. I mean, you at some point, from what you've said, you've got to do some sort of great deed to redeem yourself, correct? At least
Yep.
in the eyes of one of your deities? Or is that within the eyes of all of Rakas?
And at least in the eyes of one of the deities, I think.
How then do other Rakas know that you are damned?
It's just gonna get really uncomfortable and really, really.
And we'll be right back with that.
Yeah, we'll be right back.
Ahote. Are you guys? What's going on with you guys?
My nose.
Right now being pushed in. That's what's going on. Um,
You can't go anywhere.
I'd say now trying to, with this newfound knowledge of it being justifiable, it was survival. You see him kind of almost seem hysterical about it. Like, that's what it was. It was survival. Like, survival of the fittest. I had to do what I had to do. Yeah. Yeah. It was straight survival. Killing someone. Couldn't even do anything about it. Just because I didn't know what he might do when he woke up. That's survival. Really, Ellen? That's survival?
I'm not going to question it. I mean, it's kept me alive this long.
And do you like yourself?
He's gonna hesitate for a moment, then just kind of like shrug it off. What does it matter? I'm alive. As long as I'm breathing, doesn't matter if I like myself or not. I have another day to live.
Jose kind of settles. You can tell his entire demeanor has shifted from that answer. It's not dark, it's not anger, it's not badness, it's just okay.
So what does Ahote do now?
He looks over at he looks over at Luna and he pets her.
She nudges your hand, and you know, when you're petting her, you kind of stop absentmindedly. She kind of nudges your hand to continue, and her whimpering has turned more into a like a soft growl. Like she understands, and she wants you to know that perhaps maybe things happen in the world for reasons of survival, perhaps. And she is a wolf. Killing is something she does when she needs to. Sometimes when she doesn't need to.
At her growl and the secret subconscious wisdom I just found from our secret connection. Um, no, I've had her, and if you could smile without smiling or smirk without smirking, more like it's just kind of like, thank you. And he takes a big breath, and you can definitely tell it's forced, but his color struggles, but it goes back to yellow, but it's a very dim yellow.
Hmm.
Like every color, don't know for how long. It's gonna be the color of what is specified, but it's always gonna be dimmer. Never gonna be its full
Oh
potential. It's
wow.
just gonna be more dull.
Huh.
But it's a dull yellow. You see him get up. He doesn't smile, but he's not pacing. He's not. It's a controlled chaos now. It's not everywhere. He now has the chaos in a box, and he's going to deal with that at a later moment. And for now, he just looks over at Ellen. He's like, "Guess if it works, it works."
Exactly.
Do you want to make your way back into the main room?
Yeah, he's going to make his way back there.
Ellen
Because the
will
only
get.
other thing on his sorry, I'm trying
Oh
to
no,
interrupt
it's
you.
okay. Ellen will follow him out. He'll kind of hold the door for him. But go ahead.
What's the other thing?
The,
Ohota?
the only other thing on his mind, aside from everything that just happened, was if Vajra was okay. That was like, I'm sorry, he cares for you, but that was like a way lower second. Like it was way too far gone for that to even be prevalent.
No offense.
But now he's at a stage where he feels he can afford to think about something else.
So you
And you're
and
welcome.
you
Yes.
and Ellen make your way out, and you can as you make your way out into the main room, you see the other parts of the Rebel Alliance, in a sense, kind of sitting there and just in awe of watching the display and conversation, because it's not like a whispered conversation between Genevieve and Bajra, and they are. You guys walk in, and it's like this. You know that hush when people are talking and they're all like listening, trying to get all the details and bits in. There's that
Hmm.
tension as soon as you walk into this main room. You see Bajra kind of. Genevieve says something, and then Bajra just kind of folds her arms in front of her and sits back, um, a large pint of something in front of her. Genevieve kind of tilts her head at you and says, "And how do they know?"
Have I noticed the boys come in?
Perception check,
Okay.
just straight up.
Just straight up. Oh, that is 6 successes.
You catch movement on the corner of your eye, and you kind of quickly glance in that direction, and you see Ellen and Ohote come in. Ohote's colors are no longer ashen gray, at least on his emotional bands. It's more of a a dull yellow than anything else. And Ellen is Ellen. He doesn't seem overly like mad or anything like that. But he does seem kind of concerned. And you can definitely see a concerned look, I believe, on Ohote's face as he's looking at you.
Just gonna catch them and then. Alright, I think that's enough of my tragic little backstory. I've told you enough. I've told you more than I've told fucking anybody. Just. I think we're done. Okay? We got what we needed. We got a fucking costume for me to wear. And I now have one of their swords too as an added little bonus. So if we have the sword, if I have one of Ellen's pistols, one of that thing, we should be fine to go save your priest, dude. Whatever.
She kind of grins at you. She takes she moves back. She takes another quaff of her own brandy, and she sniffles and then she smiles. She goes, "Well, at least you've opened up the path.
Whatever.
Perhaps maybe you'll find honor in being with a family that you create and help create."
She's just gonna drop her head so her hood falls in front of so she can't see the rest of her face. It's just no more face. There's just mask and hood. She's just gonna drop and just.
So hard to get you to spill that. I tried so hard, and you.
You got so much, dude.
She then turns to you, Ellen, and Ohote goes, "So, are you feeling all right, Ohote?" And Ohote's missing.
Come back.
Perfect timing.
Perfect timing, right? Running around. I'll get it for you. I got it. He doesn't even have his headset on, so laugh.
Sorry. Definitely good the whole time.
Definitely the whole time. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, sure.
100%.
Yeah, we believe that. So
100%.
you missed. I don't know if you heard what Genevieve and Bajra were saying, but Bajra was like, "I'm done. You need to leave me alone now."
Tapping out.
And I'm emotionally tapped, so stop it. And she turns to you and Ellen and is like, "Are you all right, Ohote? Seems to me that you guys came across more trouble than you had planned for."
I mean, cool. What's the next step?
Someone's getting arrested. That's what the next step
But I
is.
just want to confirm, you're okay?
Yeah. Bajra, are you okay?
Yep.
All right.
Wow, the whole temper of this party just went from here to. I don't know how to react to it.
Just tip my head at you, sir.
So much emotional damage happened last week.
So much damage.
Still happening. I don't know how
So
long
much
this is gonna-
damage is still occurring.
So she turns to you, Genevieve does, to you, Ellen, and says, "Well, it seems to me with the loss of Layla, always appeared to be the, could I say, the moral compass of your small gathering.
That's a
Perhaps
safe assessment.
you should take on that role and help your friends figure out exactly who they are. Because I have a feeling," and she kind of coughs and sips a little bit and looks at Bajra, "that they are not all whole."
What are you talking about? I'm entirely here.
I don't know
Now-
what makes you think I'm qualified for that job.
Yeah, Tajra, who? You should be intimately prepared for that job. I mean, I am a Sylph. I know who you are, both culturally, at least culturally, to your core.
All right. Well, might as well give it a shot then. Didn't see what the harm is.
Hote, Ellen's our new family therapist.
Mm.
Wonderful.
Fuck, why do I have to get this job? Damn it! Need to find another Layla. Genevieve just smirks and says, well, on to other business then.
Yeah, don't you have a friend that's missing? Isn't
we
that
do.
pressing?
That is pressing.
Yeah, and
But
I'm
it's
pretty
also
sure I'm
important
doing
that you
the
be in a right mental status so that you can at least perform and help us. And hopefully, and in some sense, maybe we can help you. But as of now, we definitely need to get oh, I forgot his name. My brain just shut down.
Too
I'm
much
I'm
emotional
emotionally
damage. Too much
Ariel.
damage.
Sorry, Ariel. God,
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to take a break in a minute. Jeez,
You can take a food
you guys
break.
are killing me.
Mhm.
So
That would-
to rescue Ariel, who is being held in the Eye of the Dragon's magistrate, probably on the second floor, of the second level of the complex.
Yeah.
And now we have a uniform. We have a Rakas. I think you guys need to. I think the
We
best
did
plan
take his
would.
badge too. We
Very
got a
good.
badge.
And she kind of, well, let me give you some information. She kind of turns around, she pulls out a sheet of paper and she hands it to you. And it gives you an idea of how the overall workings of the magistrate occurs and how to be a watch warden, right? And what's expected. So she gives this to you, Baja. She goes, I think you might find this interesting and at least helpful on your way in an attempt to deceive the individuals around you. Now, what plan do you have to beyond that? Who's going to go in? Are you both going to go in? All three of
Speaking
Am
you?
I going to be the very best new guard and bring in two culprits at the same time? I am the best at what I do in all things, even if it is law-abiding. It's gross to
What?
say.
Are you sneaky?
Am I sneaky? Yes.
Okay then. What does Ariel look like so that we can get him?
Ariel is a 8-foot tall bahul. He has
Shouldn't be hard to spot.
a blotch of white skin. Normally, the rest of him is a deep red brown, but he has a blotch of white skin that takes over half of his face. I forget the exact medical term for it, but you know what I'm
Chromium?
talking about, huh?
No, that's two different colored eyes.
Yeah, that's two
Sorry.
different colored eyes. Where it's like the skin is normally one darker color, but this is like almost like pale white. And he has no horns.
Okay, that's
He
distinctive.
removed them because of his pacifist ways, and felt that having them was still too much of a threat.
Gross. All right. You do you, fam. I guess that's rather distinctive, so it's going to be really hard to miss. At the same time, it's a bad thing because he'll be hard to miss and trying to get him out.
I understand that we're trying not to get collared, Is there a chance that he would be collared?
Oh, very likely.
Mhm.
I mean, anyone that goes into any of the magistrates throughout the city gets collared. Unless, of course, that's a minor crime. But knowing what they know and what they think about him, it's likely not a minor crime, and they are going to set him up for a serious fall, perhaps even probably death if we don't remove him. And the death won't occur at the Eye of the Dragon's Magistrate. It will happen either in the way to the pits or in the pits themselves. And again, he will defend himself, but he would choose rather a non-pacifist way to do so.
And the pits are not in the building, correct?
No, the pits, the actual pits are a large pit outside of Dodoroshiba. Give me a second. Give me a moment. I need to look it up for you real quick. I've got it in my notes, or rather in the setting. I've got to get the Dodoroshiba. Give me a second. It's called Dulgarn. It is known as the White Rock Prison. It is a large white and gray area that is quarried nonstop day and night, where prisoners of various crimes cut stone from the land and grind it into gravel. Shaped pavers are cut into huge stone blocks that are shipped out. It is a massive hole. It is an open pit that is home to some 1,200 workers of various species. It is surrounded by thick, heavy stone wall and made from the very rock that is mined in the site. The mine has been in operation continuously for over 5,000 years. While it is an open pit mining operation, escape is rumored to be impossible. There have been numerous escape attempts by prisoners, but nearly all have been stopped by various magical barriers that surround the area. The most famous was accomplished by a Tajahu that erupted from, who was swallowed whole by a Holuthai that literally erupted from the earth. And because of this, the Guardians of Dalgoran created a barrier that encompasses a 1 mile diameter around the area, including both above the site and deep within the earth. And everybody is collared that goes there. So if he gets there, we will never see him again.
Okay. Totally threw my other plan out the window, but that's fine. So game time. We got to get him out of a different kind of hole. Great. All right.
With your badge, he looks over at Genevieve. With her badge, would she be able to get her hands on, I guess, a collar key? So if he was collared.
She reaches out her hands. Let me see the badge. Who's got the badge?
Jose, I think you have it. Jose, I think you have it.
Yeah, I pull it out.
She looks at it. Oh dear. Huh.
Oh, don't say that.
Seems to me you're a sergeant. So you should be able to get your hands on the key. But there are a lot of requirements for sergeants. That's not what I was expecting. And I have no information on them at all.
Great. All right, well, it's not a plan unless it's supposed to go horribly wrong, so...
If it doesn't go 180 degrees the opposite direction, it was never a plan in the first place.
That's absolutely correct. Cool. So I guess I shouldn't bring my bow. I suppose I should just have the sword and the gun.
Sword and the gun should be sufficient. I mean, that's the standard carrying. And
really
also
all
a
they
baton.
have.
And she hands you. She's like, we've got a baton. We can get one to you.
Cool.
I bring out the clothes and hand them to Bashra.
My rope darts can be concealed easy enough, just in case.
So you're flip-flopping on this couch.
All right. This should only go well.
I'll put the owlbear in for you guys if you're ready to go there.
Exciting. I love Owlbear. Oh, I gotta close the expanse because that's gonna play really loudly.
You like it when you can give your players homework and one of them decides to go deep into it with the expanse, and
It's a great show.
it's a great show.
10 out of 10 recommend.
Right? Highly recommend the expanse.
Highly recommend the expanse. It's fun times.
So
Also, some emotional damage sometimes.
right, severe, especially with Amos.
Oh my god, I'm not ready.
You haven't even gotten to the one that's gonna kill you, and it's not.
I
Amos.
haven't yet, and I've
It's not
already been
Amos.
crying. I've already been crying in the
this
office.
one scene, and it's sorry to turn this into the expanse show, but this one scene, oh my gosh! Every time I see it, it makes me cry. But anyways, back to
great.
you guys.
So ready to cry into my coffee.
Right?
Dude, I was already crying in like season 2. I was like, I'm not about to get caught with an attorney here crying.
All right. So, how do you guys want to handle this? How do you want to go about doing this?
How do you want to do this?
And Genevieve's asking. She wants to know in case she needs to send somebody in to maybe
retrieve
help you
our
out,
bodies.
to retrieve or something like that. She knows she's very explicit with you. Says this is a very risky maneuver. We could attempt to try to take him from the transports should he make it out, should they decide to send him to Dulgaran. But I have a feeling that he's not going to make it out of the magistrates complex alive, and we need him. He's well known in the district for his kindness, and he's also well known for being a voice against the Shadow King, and now the rise of this group called the Sons of Chelix and other groups. So we need him. He's a figurehead. He's I said, he's also a priest of the law.
Okay. This breaking into places is harder than breaking out. However, there's always a back door. Okay, so what's our back door? I think we have to, before we go and full regalia, for lack of better terms, I want to get an eye on things. See how if there even is a back door, because there's always a back door. Just gotta find that back door. Get as much information as I can, because government buildings are hard. But do we have time for that? How long ago was he taken?
12 hours ago.
12 hours ago. And how quickly do they usually go about?
Actually, a little bit longer. 24 hours.
24 hours.
24
Great.
hours.
Great. All right. You think they'd work pretty fast on snuffing out any kind of rebellion while they can?
There's the potential that they can, but at the same time, I'm sure that they would be taking their time with it, in a sense, I guess. Because they're going to be trying to break him emotionally. And
yeah, you know a thing or two about that, don't you, Genevieve?
she smirks. Well, we all have our jobs to do.
Mm-hmm. All right. Know what yours is. Okay. With the get up, with the prisoner. Should be just as easy as walking in. Be just like walking in. However, we could only really get away with it if I'm taking in only one of you guys. So we only have one. We should have grabbed another gear set. Because 2 watch wardens bringing in a single prisoner is a lot more believable than 1 watch warden bringing in 2 prisoners.
Well, Genevieve kind of smarts and says, "Well, you can always try to go get another one."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the likelihood of those bodies still being there, not likely. Someone's found them, someone's panicked. I don't think any of us were in the correct mindset of even thinking about hiding them.
Even the boulders at some point go poof.
Yeah. All right.
You guys can jump in any time and make suggestions.
Yeah, please help. I'm scrambling here, dude.
We could always try and sneak in. I don't know if that would be possible, though. The level of security is.
It is a massive government building, but I mean,
They
Ellen,
have-
if you're sneaky enough and you believe you can.
I probably could have escaped from. Well, actually, I'm not sure how bad it is, so I can't say that it's been worse. But that's.
Uh-huh.
Hmm. What if? Well,
I could just
I
cause
also
another
don't know.
scene.
You do what?
I could just cause another scene. And when they surround me or come and get me, then you could come in and knock me to the side, and I'll just take the blow.
That could
That would potentially give me
provide
the opening I need to sneak inside.
exactly. That could provide enough cover for Ellen to get in. I mean,
It's
shit.
risky, but it could work.
If Ellen could get in, find him, and hide down there, could even cause something else to. I mean, if Ahote and I are distraction, Ellen is extraction. Potentially.
How much do we know about these barriers?
What
The magical.
barriers? Oh, so the barriers themselves, what you're talking about, only exist in Dulgaran,
In the white prison
in the
where
White
we're trying to.
Rock prison, which is
Yeah.
outside of Dardura Shiva. Which if you go there, yeah, we're talking like Alcatraz in a sense, right?
Eek.
Mm-hmm. But like in ground Alcatraz. Okay. So yeah, if distraction could work, don't know how long Ahote and I can do it before it's pretty
Obvious.
snuffed out pretty quickly.
Where's that?
I look over at Ellen. I'm like, well, the mission's got to happen, so I'm sure I can think of a few things.
Mm-hmm.
Let me know when we're ready. And
That's a
I
You
don't
have
think
about
any
it.
other way? What if you just show up with Ahote as a prisoner?
That would be a plan, and then Ahote would be put down there.
I mean, because then he could, attempt to struggle free, and that could be the distraction. But because you already have your hands on him, it's not risking a whole mess.
Uh-huh.
And then you just continue onward. And that
Ahote-
that alone would probably give me enough time to slip inside.
And come in after us?
No. I would slip in when he is trying to struggle free.
Down there. To
Eh, I don't know. We could always
If I
just wing
drag
it,
a Hote,
see what it looks
Yeah.
like when we get there, and then just.
Yeah, that's how all the best plans work. Is you just go down there and just flipping YOLO swaggins it all the way down to the prison, and that's how all three of us get arrested.
I'd prefer not.
You know, I would love to add impersonating a cop onto my long list of crimes I have committed.
This might work. I have to do something first. Wait, are we moving tonight?
Would be ideal. Maybe tomorrow.
Right
Anyways,
before we
I
move.
don't know
early.
if we have.
The quicker you can move, the better.
I was
Yeah.
going to say, I don't know if we have time to wait until tomorrow.
And
So
granted, if we do it late at night, there might be a slighter shift. Maybe. Graveyard shifts, take it or leave it.
how much of a distraction needs to be caused?
If it's dark out, less of a distraction.
So maybe 2 instead of 4.
Yeah, yeah.
I
Here's
know
an
y'all
idea.
are confused by that, but he's not going to elaborate. That's all he said.
Yeah, sure,
I'm even
So
confused by
sure.
that.
Yeah. Okay. Um. Yeah, they would.
he can stay in the room.
We can, if we can get in there with the Hote, cause a big enough distraction for Ellen to get down there, and Ellen hides down there, for me and a Hote to come in, guns ablazing, his guns ablazing. As a
I don't know.
sergeant, I could.
Do we have any kind of Do we have any kind of say timed charges, something that we could, set around maybe the outside to set off, and
Hote's
then
rocks can do that, but not for very long.
well, right, but we just need long enough to draw the guards away from the entrance so we slip inside.
I think it's like 10 seconds. It's not gonna be long enough.
It'll be long enough for me. I don't know about you two.
Huh. Cute. Do we have the ability, anybody, to make something smaller? Like a shrinking spell?
I don't think I do. That would be a neat trick if I did.
I don't think Ohote does either, because he's Earth. He might, but would
Because
have
if
to
he can
wait.
make things big, he can make things small.
Right.
My unarcane brain logic.
We have to wait for him to get back.
We
Let's
do.
do this. Let's
Come
go ahead and
back.
take a break, and we'll wait for him to get back. And we will
Okay.
be right back. Bio break, drink break, get a snack break, and we'll be right
Snack
back.
break.
Snack break.
Fantastic.
Okay, and we're back. Gotta feed the dragon. Someone's got to feed the
Yum.
dragon. Feed the dragon.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if this will work there. Eat. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, you
Yeah,
can't
feed
do
that
it.
dragon.
You can't do it on D and Denial's channel, but I can do it over here. All right, we are
Yeah, feed that
back.
dragon.
It is 12:14 a.m. your time. What is your decision on continuing?
I don't think this whole session should just be us fighting our demons. We gotta get something.
We can at least get started for the next segment.
The title of this episode is Therapy Session.
Actually,
Ooh,
the title of this
that's
episode
deep.
is Rebel Scum Part 2. But hey,
Yeah.
let's move on with that.
Yeah, let's actually do some rebelling.
As you guys are talking about what you should do, Genevieve kind of has exited and has come back, and she's carrying on one arm this dark blue light cloak. It's a fairly long cloak. She kind of holds it up. She goes, "This was one of those that was taken from an individual, and we would like for one of you to have it. It is a cloak that helps with movement amongst the shadows. We also have this one potion. We only have one of them that will work for only a few minutes, but it should help you with the concept of maybe altering the size of one of you. And that's all we can do at this moment. We're looking to try to find more items. But in this district, it's very difficult to find. We're actually having to start reaching out.
Okay. These actually work
Hmm.
very well. Okay.
Who is
Ellen?
taking the cloak?
Think
Ellen?
If you think, but, I can take the cloak. I mean, I'm going to be doing the sneak thing anyhow, right?
Mm-hmm. Thinking you to get the potion. I can sneak you in my pocket. Then
You're in her
pocket,
pocket,
Ellen.
and then suddenly the potion wears off.
What would the potion be for?
Get a pocket, Ellen. Pocket Ellen can go down there while Hote and I stay up top.
Would it be better for him to pocket the man that we are rescuing?
That's a good point. They could do that too. So this is really just becoming Bajra and Ahote make as much nonsense as they can up top while Ellen actually does a rescue mission.
Oh, great.
Yes, I like this plan. Let's split the party. I totally encourage this.
We're essentially splitting the party.
I'm 100%. This has the GM stamp of approval.
Which only gets ominous spooky.
I like this plan. Let's do this plan.
Good plan, good plan, good plan, good plan.
I can't think of a better plan at the moment.
I can't either.
Ahote does have a point. I mean, I could use the cloak and then administer the potion to Mr. Ginormous and hopefully get him down
Yeah,
to
at
something
least
a
get
little
him.
more. Pocket
get him
puttable.
down. And if it doesn't, because he's big, he's real big. So even if he's not pocket size, I don't know how effective that potion is. But even if he's not pocket size, at least he's not Bahul sized.
Right.
And that's something. Get him a disguise kit and get him out before the potion wears off.
Worst case scenario, you just hit unlock to every cell door, and then
Yeah, if they're all triggered like that, cool. If you not, go one by one with a key, it'd be fine. But if I'm a sergeant, I'm gonna let this power go to my head. How much leeway does that give me? I don't know law. I've been breaking the law for like 3 years. Okay.
Oh, what's that?
What is this?
Mm,
This is already stressing me out getting on the other side. It's gonna be weird. I'll come to terms with my reality and just gross. I've already had too many coming to terms with my own reality today. Just a cerebral assassin over there. Genevieve. Alright. So I think this is as good of a plan as we're gonna have is Hote and I need to make a bunch of noise while and hopefully, fingers crossed, Hote and I might just be able to join you down there. If we make good enough hilarious.
I was wondering, couldn't you just, take him down yourself as a sergeant?
Yeah, I could.
Hote's like, I'm not loving this plan, guys.
No, that doesn't quite fit in with how you would get down there.
Lots of hiding in the shadows.
Uh-huh.
That's for certain.
Hote.
I thinking.
I am not going to push you guys to do this sooner than you're ready, despite whoever's watching, because if you don't plan this well, hi, welcome to the adventures of the Voiders.
Oh.
Yes, I know. I am ready. I do have something that I need to do as a backup
Mhm.
plan,
Okay.
you could say.
Okay.
And I would need to do it there, right before we enter. The downside is that regardless of the outcome, it's gonna come crashing down anyways.
Are you going to
Great.
take
I love
Luna
those
with
plans.
you?
No.
Hote, are you going to take Luna with you?
Would not.
Ohote looks at Luna. And then he looks at the party and says, I'll be back. Please come. And then asks Luna to come outside with him.
She follows you.
He looks at her. I know you're worried. We haven't actually been apart. So if you can listen closely, if you hear very loud crashing, that will be your cue to come find me. Otherwise, I will need you to remain here and stay safe and out of sight.
She looks at you. She kind of shakes her head, scratches her ear. Like, well, you get this concept from her, like, well, if you mean to do this, I mean to come with you.
I rub her head and I'm like, I don't think you're understanding what I'm saying. I need you to stay here. You come with me if you hear big boom. No boom, you don't come.
You're not sure if you're actually getting through to her. She kind of sits back on her haunches. Tell is not moving. She's looking at you, and if a dog could curse at you, she's cursing at you. Like, the fuck you mean I'm supposed to stay here?
That look kind of hurts Alte a little bit. It's just
You're gonna need my help.
and he breathes, he's like, I'm gonna stay here and we'll be back before you know it. And before he even gives her a chance to even like hurt him again, he just stands up. He nods at her and he walks back inside.
As you stand up and turn, she nips you in the calf and just kind of shakes her head and just walks right in with you.
I look at Baj, I'm like, I don't think she's staying.
All right. Now, I'm going to walk over to Luna. I'm going to get down on her level. Listen.
She cocks her head
you
to one
messed-
side.
You messed up the last one. You mess up this one. We are no longer friends.
You know how dogs
Okay.
do that biting sound, that, you know, like they bite, they snap their jaws
Mm-hmm.
and then kind of grin. She does that to you. And then she licks your nose.
Okay.
As if we could ever stop being friends.
I like your dog. Listen. All right. I'm serious. Okay. This needs to go well. And if I start attacking your boy, you're not gonna come after me. Okay? This is not.
She kind of, you know, that big lopey mouth open, tongue hanging out, and just kind of scratches her ear like, whatever.
We're not gonna do the same thing that we did last time. You sitting on me. If I go after your boy, you ain't gonna come after me, because I could ruin things. Okay?
She scratches her ear.
Yep,
Like,
we're good. Alright.
Whatever.
I've made
You've made
headway.
your point.
made my point. Alright.
Alte just kind of
Damn it, dog.
shrugs.
Just do what I'm asking you to do. Damn it.
Alte just kind of shrugs, but deep within him, he kind of feels a pain that she got through to him. But he's also kind of impressed that someone else got through to her. Like,
Alright, as I stand up, I'm gonna give her a scritch, get her head scritches. Because those are important. Alright. Let's go not get arrested. Or, Jose, you're getting arrested, I guess. Let's not die. That's always going into a good plan. Let's just not die.
That sounds like a good
Okay.
plan to me.
Alright. And I guess we're off.
You guys make your way through outside of the rebels location, and I'm still working on the map because I'm redesigning it. And make your way to the district's magistrate's office. It's a fairly large building. Go over to the combat map. This first floor, you find yourself on.
Before we go in, there is something very crucial that I want to do.
Okay.
I'm going to, since pebbles to boulders can be held at turns. That's kind of regardless of the point because they're only 4 feet in diameter, right?
4-foot diameter. Yep.
Cool. I want to infuse a few pebbles with magic. Doesn't really matter when they expand because I'm going to put them on air disc. And I'm going to put the air disc pretty high in the sky. And if we are not out of there in 4 hours, all of those boulders are going to come crashing down in front of the place.
How long does air disc last?
4 hours.
Clever monkeys. All right, go ahead and make your castings.
Holy cow.
Clever girl. It's
Okay.
happening.
That's an alt 2. That's a.
Ooh.
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 Starting to get right. I'm sorry.
And
That's a whole
what casting was that for?
That was going to be for pebbles to boulders. Oh, yes. I did also, with all the leveling up, my spellcraft is now 62.
Right on.
So
Yo.
that's 6 successes.
Nice.
But it's also a crit.
Yo. Yeah, I gotta work on getting all of the heroic luck we just plowed through last session.
Oh gosh, yes.
Gonna get
Not
all of
liking
that
the
back.
sound of this, guys. It's not encouraging.
Listen, what happened last session, okay?
Mm-hmm. That's also not encouraging.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Everything's fine.
Okay.
Fun.
Oh,
Okay.
fun.
Fun.
Okay.
All right. So you cast pebbles to stones, and then what about your air disc?
Um,
Does that air disc have to be near you, or is it just like hang out there? This is cool. I love you guys when you guys like, you know what? I want to do this with the spell. I'm like, really? Can we do that?
so the air disc is 261. It says it allows me to create a disc of force. It floats in the air next to me.
But will wink out of
But
existence if it gets more than 20 feet away from the caster.
mhm.
That'd be a
Do I
fun thing
have
to buy some time. Oh, 20 feet's not very far, though.
20 feet is not in a place like this.
it's not very
No.
far. Is it very far up? Like will 20
Um,
feet be above this building?
No. It's a 3-story building.
Mm.
So it's at least 35, 40 feet up. But it's not that. It's when you go in and you get past 20 feet and you go down or anywhere, it winks out. Let me see something on levitation. Because I really like that idea. I mean, I really like that idea.
Also, my thing was a 16, so that was 5 successes. So that's 50,
Oh,
100, 200,
Nice.
I just looked at my stats.
250
I'm really
pounds
sad.
each disc can hold. You just looked
Just-
up what?
I just looked at my stats. I'm really sad.
In fact, I like that idea so much. I'm actually going to change the spell. And this is what happens when you deal
Benevolent.
this with the game designers. Like, you know what? I never thought you could use it that way. I never thought about it
Benevolent.
using it that way. So
This is
am
what
going-
heroic luck in real life looks like.
I really like the way that you're going to use that spell. So what I'm going to do is it does not wink out until the spell ends.
Cool. And I love it because either something went wrong and I wasn't able to dispel it, and it alerts
Time.
everyone, causes a major distraction.
Oh yeah. Just
Or
barricade the door.
yeah, or something happens and I'm able to just boop. It just, it's like, oh, what happened?
Oh no. Huh.
And I love that their stones are 4 feet, but the disc are 5 feet, so it's just like right there.
Perfectly balanced, as all things should be.
I also have to change that. It hovers 4 feet.
So then, to not make it game breaky, you should add like a weight limit or something.
Yeah.
Well,
To
no,
not-
the disc can hold up to 50 pounds per success of the
Okay.
caster.
Oh,
So
it's not bad.
I mean, it's not, it's 50 pounds per success. And did you get a critical on that?
No, not on that one. Only got a critical on the Pebble
So how many
Smokers.
successes did you get?
5.
So 5. So that's only 250 pounds.
Yes.
So it's only going to be one boulder that can be on there.
I knew that.
Unless you pebble them, keep them pebbled.
He can't. Once
Oh.
once they're out and they go up, they go up.
No, you would change the ruling of it to where I could hold it for a turn, or hold it for a number of returns equal to my successes.
Right,
Up
but
to
but what I'm
2.
saying though is once you let them go and you
Well,
put them
from me,
on
yeah.
the disc, and who'd we lose? I didn't change this. Oh my god. Look at this. I just saw this. I love technology. But I hate it as well. It's not Bajra. That's a Hote.
Oh, we're all in different spots.
Yeah, you're all over the
That
place.
is a little bit scrambled.
Ellen is a Hote is Bajra, and Bajra
Which
doesn't exist.
We're having identity crises. It's okay.
It's not the weirdest thing to happen this session.
Don't even.
No,
It
you
was
don't
a
even,
good idea.
Hilarious.
But I did not think this through fully.
Good grief, why is it like 69 in my house?
Nice. I'm sad at myself.
You're sad at yourself. Why are you sad at yourself?
I just looked at my stats, and also I'm the only one who acknowledged this Markham 69. I'm very
Wait.
tired.
Huh?
I haven't recovered from the beating that we took in the alley. Dude, if I get hit hard enough, I'm out. Dude, we gotta do this.
You didn't heal yourself? You didn't get healed? Oh.
We didn't do any healing or whatever.
No, you just kept going and
Emotional
going
healing.
and going.
We just had
My
emotional
fatigue is
healing.
almost there. My fatigue is halfway up there too.
I only have 16 fatigue right now.
So change of plans. We take a long nap first.
I took a solid beating.
We can't go in there with
Oh,
Ellen being the only
no.
one at full health here.
Oh, listen,
As
this
it
might
is,
be
he's a squishy boy.
So
yeah,
I'm not going to
she's
change the
exhausted.
spell. I'm going to write another spell simply for you. I'm going to allow you to do the air disc. It kind of goes up. It hovers in place. Cannot be moved, but it will only last for 30 minutes before it comes crashing down. Because that's actually, if you think about it power-wise, you could use that as a trap, which is cool. But at the same time, I need to reevaluate that spell, but I do like the concept of it, and I think what we'll do is I'll create a new spell, and I'll put that up on the website. We'll call it a Hote's disc.
Yeah.
Hey.
Ooh.
Ahote sits down and composes a spell for this mission.
Just for this
I mean,
mission
get a
alone,
book.
Like
right?
Mozart with magic.
Right,
I stop
So-
you before we come to the door, and I bring out my book and I start writing in it.
right. Like, I got the spell idea.
What are you doing? Like, I have an
Ahote gets so
idea.
stressed out. Ahote gets so stressed out he invents spells.
Right. All right. So
I
what do you
have
guys
a
want to do?
question.
Yeah.
Casting spells secretly, is that a minus TS? Or is that just a stealth check?
That's a good question.
So we're not stopping to rest?
No, they are not
No,
stopping to
we're
rest.
here.
No.
Oh,
We're here and
no.
we're. Oh, I can't say that.
At least one of us is queer.
Yeah, okay.
Oh boy. Well, this is only just gonna work out narratively that she's super exhausted from the cerebral assassin that is Genevieve exposing her trauma to herself.
I mean,
Ugh.
you look like you have a beating. I definitely got hit into the beating as well. It looks like we roughed each other up. Eventually,
Oh,
you
yeah,
won.
you know what? This works out great.
Or did you win, or did I let you win?
We're still bloody, probably.
We are.
Oh,
We
and
haven't
this
showered. We haven't changed.
nope. Well, I have, and that's definitely covered in blood.
Well, it's going to be convincing that you had to fight to catch Ahote. Hmm. Brilliant. When you get there, ask them for bandages. Actually, you know what?
Help.
Ellen's just going to look them up and down and how bloody they both are, and was like, you know, you could pass this off as a scuffle between you two for you to catch him, and then just ask for medical attention when you arrive.
Yeah, that could be great.
Worst case scenario, then you're fighting, you know, doctors and nurses instead of soldiers to get out.
Oh, and I did. Oh no, I didn't even ask. Is there like a helmet situation for the Watchwarden armor?
Oh no, does she have to go barefaced?
Well, that's not in the cards, but it's just how obvious it's be.
Right. Because a dishonored as a guard sergeant is going to totally pass
Yeah,
off.
that's gonna be real subtle.
So what do you
Bam.
want to do? I will go ahead and allow you to do a casting because I don't know where the rule is exactly. Just go ahead and use your stealth check.
Okay.
There is one that allows you to do it without even whispering the spell. I just have to figure out where it's at. Yes, actually there is. It's in sorcery and it's heroic level. It allows you upon taking the spell ability, you get stealth casting. A spell can be cast with minimal verbal components and gestures, making it difficult to spot when a spell is being cast. The caster has a -20 to your spellcraft penalty to cast the spell this way. Since you are not trained in that, it will be a -40 instead of the stealth check.
So it'd be 22 for me.
God dang it!
That's
Stop
low.
it!
Still
it.
very plausible.
Okay. Oh yeah, very possible. I might end up using it or trying to at one point because
So what are you gonna do?
right now nothing. I'm
Okay.
preparing for if I have to while I'm in there. Um, this isn't for a trap. This spell will be for me personally to be able to like skedaddle or at least get from underneath everybody. We can try again coming from the outside.
Oh, so this is a plan B.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or I guess this is plan C. I'm making all types of plans. I do not want to be in prison.
Great.
Although I kind of feel like I should be.
Bip.
That's besides the point.
So now's not the time for morals.
Mama, I
Alright, so
just killed a man.
as I finish creating this Ojote's disc and I
Yeah.
throw it up and you see me put a pebble on there. I throw it up and everything. I take my belt off
Well, scandalous.
and I put it on Luna. And then I take a few pebbles out of there and I kind of like hold them between like my fingers on certain hands or whatever, but trying to like make it look like my hands are open. I'm just concealed. And they're just concealed and only those pebbles. Got to keep something on me. I'm like, I
Stealth
walk up and
check.
I'm like, are we ready to go in?
Stealth check. And I need to know
Well,
how many successes you got on attempting that hide.
lucky for you, my stealth
Not lucky for me.
is
I mean, I don't.
as. Is it really? Oh yeah, I did level it up. My stealth is 74.
What?
Yes, it is.
How is it a 74?
I leveled up twice.
No, you can only.
And
So what? So when you started, what was it originally?
oh no, that was one of the things that I forgot to switch back. That was supposed to be a 68, not a 74. When I started, it was one of the things that got the plus 10 for my character. So it
Right.
was 50. It was 57, and then I added 5 to it.
That'll be
I can only add
62.
5 once, so it's only 62. Same with spellcraft. That's why
Oh, those are
spellcraft is 62.
weird. Stealthy.
Yeah, that was very stealthy. And I
Weird.
don't even know what else it was supposed to go into, so we're just gonna put that back to 62, and that'll call it a day.
Okay.
Either way, it's still 2 successes. Yeah,
Okay.
it's a 40, so 2 successes.
All right.
Walk over, and I'm like, all right, let's
Okay. Can I take everyone and kind of duck behind an alley so we're not just like in front of the door?
Yeah.
Doing
No.
all
This
this?
is where you guys are gonna
Yeah.
set
Yeah.
up. I just set you up there.
Okay. So we're prepping out of eyesight of the.
Right. Yeah. You're not doing
Okay.
this at the front door wherever all the guards are going.
What the?
just you don't see anything.
He needed to
Lovely.
send up prayers and offerings before I brought him in.
Lovely game master. You didn't answer me on whether this
Say it
watch
again.
warden. Does the watch warden gear have like a helmet situation?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Good. Crisis averted.
That would have been severe.
Crisis
That would have
averted.
been, well, we lost already.
Yeah. Willpower check. Willpower check. Willpower check. No willpowers. We're failing all of them.
Yeah. No,
There's your
there
distraction,
was.
boys.
There was. So, what are you guys doing off in the alley?
Setting
Okay.
everything up.
Yeah, I'm gonna assume I changed at home at the rebel base and just.
I was scuffed up, but I didn't think I was that bloody.
Disgusted. I left because bows weren't a common thing that the watch warden had. I left my bow back at the rebel, so I'm just going in with a rope dart, my sword, and then one of Ellen's pistols.
Okay.
So
Cool.
I'm armed like one. This can go well.
Well, the best laid plans, right?
Yep.
What do they say? Make the plan, prepare the plan,
Plan.
prepare for
Execute the
the
plan.
execute the plan, watch the plan go off the rails, throw away the plan.
And throw away the plan. All right.
Create a new plan. Or wing it.
New plan. All right, Ellen. When you see us go through the doors, spell out your name, your full name. You've got a very short name. Spell out your full name, and then you can come in. Give us time to distract everyone. Okay.
Yeah, alright. Sounds like a plan,
Okay.
I guess.
If ever there was a plan, this is the plan.
one. Spelling your name. This is a good plan. All right. All right. Hote, are you ready to be arrested?
Um,
I don't know how I'm
I
gonna
take
put
my
your hands
spell
behind
book.
your back.
I take my spell book and I stick it kind of like in the crevice of my kilt skirt wearing shorts type. Because
Do you
I
want
only
me to
wear
stash
pants.
that? Do you want me to stash that?
No, because I need it.
Okay, but I mean, like, I'm right here. If you need it, I can, like, slide it.
If they
Rather
don't
than.
see it, then they don't
What are
see
you
it. And
gonna
if
do?
they
Pat
see
me
it,
down?
if they see it, then you know you can snatch it from me.
Okay. Alright. Confiscating it. But alright. Alright.
And
Alright.
oh,
This is.
actually, I would have to try to hide that again and do another stealth, wouldn't I?
Oh, what did that cloak do, anyhow?
Did you put it on? You took it, but did you put it on?
Yeah. Yeah, he'll put it on now that they're in the alley getting ready.
You are suddenly surrounded by a shadow that is approximately 25 feet in radius, and you have become essentially concealed, 100% concealed in the shadow.
Ooh.
However, you cannot see. Wait, you got your goggles on. You can
Yeah.
see out of it.
Yeah. Wombo combos! My god!
Boy, looting dead bodies never paid off so well. No,
goggles.
he was initially mad at Bajra for killing that guy, but he's not so mad anymore.
Well, no,
You killed
the
him.
goggles.
This was
You
from
mean for
the.
the goggles?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that was
Oh,
the
yeah, that was mine. That was my
yeah,
kill.
that was you.
Yeah. Whoops.
Ahote crosses two of his arms behind him, covering the book, and two of his arms
Oh
in
my
front of
goodness.
him.
Oh. We've encountered our first problem. You have too many arms.
Fine. So
Well,
actually,
problem solved. Use the potion to shrink just the extra arms.
No. Okay.
I cross him and I kind of look at you. I'm like, this once, and then I like steady myself, and I force my bands to turn. Hold on, I gotta look at my notes real quick.
Yeah, I don't even know the color of your bands.
I sent them to you.
Yeah, but that was like I don't know how many DMs ago.
They're in the they're at the bottom of the notes on the character sheet that I sent you as well.
I'm gonna say, did you pin the? You could pin the message.
No, I did not pin the message. They turn kind of purple-ish. Um, I'm forcing them to turn purple, I'm like, you see me. I kind of look like I have this weird look in my eyes. I'm like, this is the only way I can seem afraid, which may be the reason why you didn't need to cuff me. And he starts breathing heavier, so that his bands turn more purple, though it's still pretty dull. But you can tell it's like maroon, not maroon. Um, it's like violet, a deep purple. That's all I can think of. Oh my god.
Okay. So to the very is there stuff like in the do I have a set of handcuffs just in here
Well,
that I can
yes. For all
okay.
intents and purposes, yes.
Yeah, we've looted his stuff. I have all of his stuff. Did he have handcuffs on him?
Yes.
Sure. Okay. So Ahote, I'm gonna handcuff one set. Now hold on to the other. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm going to handcuff his upper arms behind him, and then I'm going to hold on to his lower ones because I'm feeling if things get hairy, he'll need his lower ones to reach his things quicker so I can let that go. That is my logic. Okay?
Mm.
Hey,
It's gonna
Caffeinated Top
be.
Hat, how you doing? This is gonna get
This is gonna be
weird.
weird.
All right, so as you guys so are you guys ready to go?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. As
And
you, well, go ahead.
yeah. I was just saying I'm gonna come in like we just got out of this fight. And we did, so like we're both like out of breath and like
Although
I'm
me breathing heavy isn't from me being out of breath, it's to make myself still appear scared,
yeah,
Okay.
but we're,
and I'm gonna keep breathing like that. And I'm
Convince.
both of us
Checks.
are
Both
just
of you.
great.
okay. What is my
Great.
convince?
Oh
It
no.
is. Don't you do this to me, because I have 3 successes.
I failed.
Well, you can re-roll. That's what heroic luck is for.
Yeah,
Do
I
you,
guess because
A
this
bird
is like
can
the
use heroic
initiation.
luck.
This is the initiation. You know what? We
Initial.
gotta.
I just screwed up this one. This is what from here. It's just gonna get worse.
It's just gonna go downhill from there. All right, we're
It's
busting
just.
out the seal dice because it's serious times. That's not much better.
Did you fail?
Yeah, but by significantly less this time. My
So
first roll was a 74. This one was a
you don't
68.
appear as wounded as you would like to appear. Ahote is like he looks worn. He looks beat up. You seem to be handling yourself a little bit better, so you're not as convincing as like I just went through a whole battle with this guy, and he, but Ahote does appear that way. And outside, you see these two watch wardens kind of looking at you as you approach. They're like, "Very well done. Can we
Thank
get the
you.
door for you? Do you have your badge on? All
Yes.
right. So they kind of look at you, and they kind of it's not like a military organization, but they sergeant. One of them says sergeant, and they just kind of tip their hat at you.
Gentlemen,
Um,
doors, please.
one guy walks over and he opens the door. And this one guy comes up and you guys are like here, you're back here. And he goes, "Ma'am, well, assuming you're a ma'am, Sergeant, I'll take him from here," and puts his hands on a hotel. Then the doors open. This guy comes over here and he opens the door. And you guys step into this with this one watch warden on a hotel. You step in, and this guy kind of hovers behind you. And he goes, well, before we let him in, we need to search him. So they kind of
I can
take you.
search him. Just go back to your post. I got it.
Well,
Just
Sergeant, this is the way things happen. You know this.
okay. I do know this, and it's fine. I'll take care of any kind of repercussions that come about this. Just go back to your station. I'd hate for something to happen. I'll be fine. I can search. You really think I can't search a guy by myself?
Well, he's going to
Really?
get searched a number of times before anything happens, before he's put before the magistrate. It's just what
Yeah.
happens.
And I'd hate for someone to leave their post unwatched while they search him. I'll search him and I'll bring him through. Just stay at your station.
Sergeant, we must insist.
Fine.
They begin to search. They put Ohote up against the wall, and they kind of start. This one starts searching him. Suddenly, out of nowhere, comes this gray-white wolf, charges into the little room where you're at, and begins barking and biting at one of the watch wardens. They turn and they pull out their batons and start wailing on Luna, who is dodging for the most part, but she's definitely taking some of the blows. Bites the one that is actually searching Ohote and then runs. This in turn causes them to get that thing, turn and begin to flee into the street after them. And you catch Luna kind of like stopping and doing one of those things like like watching, like, oh, you're not going to catch me, and kind of dodges left, dodges right. And these things, these two watch wardens, one's human, one is they're both human. It's kind of like, oh, I got it over here, no, I'll get it, and they're trying to catch Luna. What do you want to do?
It took everything in me not to interrupt you and immediately jump.
No.
Glad I listened.
No. Just. Okay.
Now where do you want to go? Left or
All
right,
right.
or straight ahead?
Just drag him straight ahead. Just go straight.
Okay.
Or
You
would
open the
this
door.
be noticeable enough distraction for Ellen to try and slip inside?
Absolutely. Luna has taken this to the point where she kind of knows. I mean, Luna's not an unintelligent animal. All right. She knows what you're trying to do and is doing her part to try to help you make a distraction. In doing so, she's biting at the guards. And they know they're like, let's get it. And then suddenly you hear the ringing shot of a pistol. Then another one. Ellen, what do you want to do?
Do we hear it?
Yo, you hear it. Absolutely, you hear it.
Do we hear the yelp or anything?
You don't hear a yelp. The door opens and standing in front of you is a 8-foot tall troll. Hold on, I gotta look up something real quick.
Ahote is actually purple now. Hearing those shots.
He seems to be walking out as he's heading this way, and he stops and he kind of tips his head and says, "Sergeant," and then continues walking past. He then hears the commotion outside and goes, "What are you guys?" And starts going after Luna. You hear another ringing shots. What do you want to do, Ellen?
Does Luna seem to be dodging and running off into the darkness as?
So when did you guys start to do this? In the morning? In the evening? Late evening?
We were still
the day.
This was long after the guard.
Yeah, the same day as the
So
alley
this
incident.
so this is still like 2:00 in the afternoon.
Oh my gosh, I thought it was 2 a.m.
Oh no, it's like 2:00 in the
We're doing it
afternoon.
in midday.
So
midday heist.
Luna is really causing a catastrophe of like even she's even getting citizens involved, right? She's literally going underneath, like she'll hit somebody and like sweep their legs out from underneath them, and she's kind of like running around in a circle about 25 feet out in front of the place, and she's now got citizens on her. She's got these guys firing at her, and she's dodging. You haven't heard a yelp. So
With my connection, would I know if something happened to her, even if I didn't hear it?
maybe.
Ellen's
Okay.
gonna take the opportunity to slip inside.
Stealth check.
Now I'm furious. I thought that they were doing the dead of night this whole time. All
Yeah,
right.
I am.
It's closer to like 5 p.m. I think, actually, to be honest with you. So on this side of the city, it's getting dark again. Like
Thanks for the
twilight.
bro.
Like twilight.
If anything happens to Luna,
All right.
just disappear.
All right. So that's an 28. So 4 or 5 successes.
5 successes.
My stealth is a 67.
All right. From here on out, I will be rolling your stealth checks. I gotta get your guys' card.
Oh, fun.
Oh, we have cards.
Yep. So what's your stealth?
Trade to
Wait, hold on.
67.
67.
What happened?
He's busting out the cards.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta bust out my cards. Hold on, I gotta remember I can't be grappled again because that was some shit.
Right. Stealth. What is your stealth score again? I'm sorry, 67.
67.
All right. And currently you have 4 successes. Correct.
I rolled a 28. So yeah,
4
that's
successes.
That's
It's 4 successes. All right. Do I have it set up for you guys? I think I might. All right, and as always, we do the screen capture. And see if you can sneak past the troll. Yeah, the troll is really focused on Luna as this is happening, and you kind of you're part of a larger crowd, right? The crowd that's kind of like, you know, like, what the hell? Get that wolf! What is it doing in the city? Right? And you kind of like, as soon as the door starts to shut, because it's an automatic, you know, it's not like you have to shut, you know, it's like an automatic door shut. You slip in right behind them, and you kind of, I know where you're at, so I will position you where I think you are at, and I will even do this because I did this last time too.
Don't forget, Luna can howl and make them all troubled.
Don't you worry about Luna.
I can't help but worry about
I
Luna.
got Luna.
We're all worried about
Plan
Luna.
This plan might go to shit.
Possibly.
It's okay. Where they're all standing right now, chances are they'll get a nice, you know.
I just DM'd
Crashing.
you the map where you are at.
Oh, perfect.
They haven't made any mention like they're looking for you, so they don't even do a perception check to find you. What do you guys want to do? Another shot rings off as the door closes.
Each
I'm just
shot
gonna-
makes Aholte kind of would it jerk?
Flinch?
Flinch.
Yeah, flinch.
Yeah. I'm the most kindness you'll ever see from Vajra is she's just gonna squeeze your wrist ever so, like, it's okay. It's okay. It's not like meant to hurt anything, it's just like a grounding thing. Okay. We made it this far. Now where the fuck do we go? Okay, I'm gonna drag Ahote with me. And we're gonna go. I have to rearrange all of my windows because I can't. Okay, we're here. I'm gonna drag Ahote into the next room.
So you're moving to that room, right?
Yeah.
You go left or right or straight ahead?
Oh, we can still go straight ahead. Let's go to the left this time.
Do you open the door?
Yeah. Just kind
You
of.
open the door, and behind there is a large. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. I definitely did not mean to do that.
Mm-hmm.
There's a large set bahul, heavy set. I mean, for bahuls who are warriors, they tend to be really well fed, fit and stuff like this. This guy looks like he's settled into the role of being a warden watch, and he is he looks like he's either a corporal or a sergeant. You're not really sure.
Sir?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes, sergeant.
Hello.
Oh,
I have someone I need to take in.
Oh, you're here for booking.
And...
Yes. Come in.
Okay.
He goes, all right. He pulls out this large book and he's got things around. Okay. Time and place of incident.
Was about an hour and a half ago.
Okay. 2.5 bells. Okay. Where did the incident take place?
Sorry, I got hit in the head. It's just... We're gonna get there. It sucks to not be a note taker. The cantina by the river. Dragon something.
You must have gotten hit harder than you seem to be. You mean the Dancing Dragon Cantina? Is that what you're talking?
Sure.
All right.
It's a
We'll
dinky
send
little
some
place,
inspectors to go out there and get some more evidence. And what's the crime exactly?
Just starting to fight and broke it up and got hit doing it. Just happened to be there.
So did he
kind of
assault
thing.
you?
Not me, just...
Then how did you get hit and hurt?
I was breaking up a fight. He got in a fight with someone else and I got in the middle of it.
Convince check.
Okay. I'm trying not to get you collared, my guy. That is 2 successes.
Hot 7. He kind of looks at you like, it sounds kind of unusual for our officers. So, are you trying to say that he didn't hit you in an attempt to, I don't know,
He hit someone else. It was a crime against citizen or whatever.
How did you get hit? Because it looks like you got a pretty nasty cut above your eye there.
Yeah, this happened to be in like the middle of it. I don't... Listen, you know that you can't keep track of fights whenever you're in the middle of them. I don't know who hit me. I don't think it was this one, because this guy's a whip and he couldn't do this to me.
You say so. So, crimes against citizen. I'm also going to put down here, he struck an officer as well. Struck with the one watch. All right. Have you searched him? And he starts to step out and comes around the corner. I mean, he's big. He kind of like has to kind of almost side saddle as he comes around the desk. I mean, he's got a fairly large paunch. He's got one of those, how like older bulls tend to get that long string there underneath, it's a swaddle kind of thing. He's like, well, all right, well, here, these Assyrians can be funny folk. They have 4 arms and
tell me about it.
And other weird things. And he kind of comes up and he puts his hands on Ahote. And he begins to take him and kind of pushes him up against the desk with one hand and starts to pat around. Where did you hide your spell book?
Right underneath my hands, that is right on the small of my back. But
And that's where
inside
my
of my
hands are. Can I sleight of hand take it before he can?
All right. So
I
just to
wouldn't
let you know, the average spell book is about, and I will actually look this up just to make sure I'm correct. Spell magic, spell book.
This is clearly not the size that I was thinking it was. Now we have a whole new issue.
Like a little
Are
planner.
they can range from 5 inches by 3 inches all the way up to 8 by 11, so like a standard book size. I'm going to say it's a standard book size because you didn't make any attempts or tell me anything about maybe it being smaller and thicker, but this is a standard book size. And you've got your two hands behind it, like you're kind of holding it up against the small of your back, right? Is this what you're saying?
Yeah, but it's inside of my pant line. So like
So
if
it's
you
kind of
put
he's
sticking
something
holding
out.
it-
So
in
it's
your
kind of sticking outside your pants. Kind of like a gun stuffed, kind of like stuffed behind, down your pants on the back,
yeah,
right?
almost,
So it's
and
kind of
then
sticking
my
out.
hands are
And then where are your
yeah.
hands, Bajra? Are you trying to like?
I'm holding. I've only got one set of handcuffs, so I'm holding his arms, his lower set of arms, like down to his back.
Where the spell book might be.
Yes.
And what is it you want to do? Because this guy is you get the idea that this guy, unlike the other two, because he's a higher rank, has every intention to make sure he has no contraband on him.
I want to sleight of hand it.
Sleight of hand it.
Yeah,
Sleight
sleight
of
of hand. Just kind of take it, and I don't know how this uniform looks. If I can kind of like snag it and like step out of his way to pocket it real quick because he's clearly focused elsewhere.
Wow, I have an I
You're
had an
pushing me to
idea
think
what
about what these things actually look like. So give me a minute. Actually,
you're not going to be
this
able to
is
sleight of
perfect.
hand it.
This is what your uniform looks like. This
Perfect.
is just
I
now.
love
This is just now
visuals.
become canon.
I love visuals.
It's in the big. It's in the group.
Okay. Oh. Oh wait, I'm assuming. Do I have those satchels?
Yes.
Those dope satchels. Dope. I want to pocket it in one of those.
Sleight of hand. TS of 4.
Hey, TS of 4.
TS of 4.
Hey, that's an odd 8.
Hey!
But did you get
So
4
it's-
successes?
Yeah, that's 5 successes.
So you
I'm trained in sleight of hand.
You feel Ahote Bajra kind of like grab hold of the book and yanks it real quick. Do you let go of it or not?
Yeah, I let go of it.
This guy gets a perception check
Like-
to see if he notices it. 99. He is not. He doesn't. He's not paying attention. He kind of reaches over. He grabs Ahote by one hand, kind of begins to push him up against the desk, and kind of starts to move you over. You kind of quickly grab hold of the book. Ahote, are you gonna let go of it?
Yeah, I let go of the book. Do I still have my pebbles? It's one in each hand,
99.
but it's like
Well, this is the sleight of hand, so he doesn't see you taking the book,
Okay.
yeah.
right?
My
That's what
pebbles
that
will
is.
kind of be like me holding it here and just kind of there.
Holding it where?
So if my hands are
exactly?
behind in between my fingers, so if my hands behind my back, my hands are going to be closed.
In which hands, in Bajra, you don't get to any input on this. Which hands are these pebbles in?
The upper ones that were handcuffed, the two upper ones.
I will accept that answer. So those are cuffs. So your hands are kind kind of bent, and you've seen you know what I'm talking about, right? Right. So they're kind of bent like that. So you got these pebbles in there. He searches you and stuff like that. Goes, oh, good. All right. He goes, you need to sign here, Sergeant. He walks back around his desk, you know, as he is assuming that you're going to file the paperwork. Well, it looks like it's only going to be, it's a minor indiscretion. I got to get to the laws because we talked about these and I don't where they are. So it's crimes against a citizen. It's not serious. It's going to be a lesser. So it's going to be a kind of like a deadly assault, because that's what they classify fighting, deadly assaults on a citizen. He goes, yeah, so we're going to be putting him here, holding him for a couple days until we can take him to the white prison. So he's going to be and he's like, and you, as you're signing this, you notice and read down there, it says imprisonment 3 months minimum. He goes, so what you'll need to do is you'll need to take him down to the second level and get him collared.
Absolutely. And I'm definitely not signing my actual name.
Well, I would hope not. That would be weird, right?
That would be
so
weird.
You sign that, and then let's get back to Ellen, who's been waiting patiently. Ellen, what are you doing? You know where you're at, and you can see where they're at on the map, right?
Yeah.
So you know where you're at when you last left. What are you doing?
I'm going to continue straight forward. Just start working his way down the hall.
All right. You come to the two doors. There's two doors on the right, two doors, one on the right, one on the left, and the double doors in front of you. The double doors in front of you. Behind that, you can hear a lot of commotion happening. Laughing, jostling, people shouting at each other kind of thing. What do you want to do?
That doesn't sound good. Does it sound like a mess hall or a recreational room?
Definitely some sort of room where a number of guards have gathered.
Okay, not going that way then. I will take the other door to the right then.
You're going to take this door here. Is that correct?
He'll listen at the door first.
Perception check, TS4.
Cool. Da-da-da-da-da.
Why did you just do the McDonald's thing?
I have no idea.
Now we're gonna get sued.
Alright, so that's a 68. Perception's an 83, so I'm not sure that passes.
That does not pass. Do you want to do
didn't
heroic
think so.
luck? 5, 4.
Yeah, I'll do
3.
heroic luck. I don't have that many compared to everyone else.
No, you probably do now.
At this point, you probably do, because they spent a lot on
Oh.
that. Yeah.
I started last session with 23.
And ended up with 9.
Yeah.
Holy
12.
cow.
I'm sitting at 10 right now, so.
Oh, that's scary. Okay. Well, let's hope this pays off. Alright, does a 51 pass of an 83?
No, that does not. You
All
are
right,
not.
closer.
You don't hear anything beyond the door.
Hush.
Cool. Going to swap out the dice.
Not doing good enough.
Yeah, I'm rotating through just to make sure that.
You guys are so
Yeah.
paranoid.
I don't have that luxury right
It's
now.
just dice.
I didn't put it away before I left.
Yes, we're sitting pretty with. So far, the brand new ones have not defied me yet. They've gotten me a pretty okay.
Until they don't.
Until they don't, and then we're gonna go to the next one. Listen, I've got 3 sets of Bajra dice. I'll rotate through them all.
Alright.
And then I have emergency seal dice. Emergency Selkie dice for the big problems.
Alright. So what are you gonna do,
He-
Ellen?
He will take his chances with the other door, I guess. He doesn't
How
hear
are you
anything.
opening the door? Are you opening it cautiously, or are you kind of?
Oh,
I'm
very
assuming you're not gonna
cautious.
like fling it open,
No,
right?
of course not. Very cautiously. He wants it to kind of look almost like when the door, like, just gets blown open by air pressure changes.
Right.
So he's trying to emulate that.
Healthy boys.
Just enough to give him like a view into the room, and then if there's danger, he can sidestep and try and take shelter.
1 through 50. One thing happens. Might be good, might be bad. 51 through 100. The other thing happens on the screen.
Cool.
You go over here and you open this door, and behind it, you find a large human kind of sitting behind a desk, looking bored, looking at some papers. The door opens. He goes, "Hello? Who's there? Come on in." What do you do? Five.
I'm
Four.
going to sidestep away from the door, staying in the hallway.
Okay. Do you not shut the door? You just kind of let it hang out?
Just kind of let it hang out.
God damn it! Come in, I said. You hear the scratching with chair on wood on stone as he gets up. You hear the stomping as he sounds like he's upset, and he kind of whips the door open. He goes, "God damn it!" Or by the I gotta actually get more into it. Like by the hell of deities, what's going on? Perception check to see if he sees you. He does not. You've kind of put yourself in a corner. He whips around. Rita! And he slams the door kind of shut, and you kind of hear this. And he goes, sounds like he went back to his own location. One more time, one more action. What do you want to do?
Hmm. Just kind of slip over to the other side of the hallway and listen at the door that Bajra and Ohote entered.
Perception check. TS4. Because the door is closed.
All right. Of course. All right. That is a 35 out of
that easily makes it. Because you had an 85.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, 83.
He goes, okay, well, and now he's talking to you, Bajra, this Bahul. All right, well, listen, it's about you. What you need to do now is you're going to need to take him back over here, and he kind of walks over here and he opens this door and he goes, you need to take him down a level, and they'll put a collar on him. Now you need to go down. Don't go straight, because that'll take you up. You want to go around the corner and take the stairs down.
Got it.
Okay.
I can do that.
So you guys kind of make your way to this. Why is this? I hate my batteries sometimes. Technology, right? You hear them, Ellen, kind of open the door. You hear like you kind of hear make out that sound of like, okay, you need to go to this door, and then you need to go around, and then you need to come to the other side. What do you want to do?
If I okay. If I went back and did that thing with the door again for the human guy, but then immediately went and did it for the Bahul guy, kind of at the same time, then just let the doors hang open. What if I crawled through one of the doors? Would I be able to do so kind of, would the desk be blocking view of me crawling in?
I would say
If
yes.
Okay. So he's going to do that. He's going to do the little, the door pressure thing with both doors, one and then the other in quick succession. And then, so it's going to be the Bahul's door and then the human's door, and then he's going to crawl into the human's side. And kind of hide up against the,
So you're going to go in the opposite direction that they're going. I just want to clarify. That's what you're doing. So where you're standing right now, here, let me give you a better picture.
all right. I'm currently debating that.
In your DMs.
Okay.
The darkened one is the human's room. The zigzaggy lines is the Bahul room.
You know what? No, I will take the Bahul's room. So I'll pop open the human's door and then pop open the Bahul's door and then crawl through.
And you hear this, God damn it, by the gods, what's going on out there? And the guy goes and you hear as he kind of runs over here. So you're going to move into the Bahul's room?
Mm-hmm. Kind of crawl in and then hide in the corner.
Perception check that the human doesn't catch you. You're lucky. The dice like you tonight. He doesn't see you.
I've not
The door opens, and you notice that the Bahul is still kind of hanging out the door, kind of like, yeah, no, you need to go, around there. There you go. And you see that his attention, he's blocked by this cabinet, and then this big heavy wooden desk. So this desk is appropriate size for him. It's not like a normal desk. It's about 4.5 feet. The top of it's about 4.5 feet off the ground. Right? So, I mean, it's pretty tall, right? Because he'll sit down and he'll scoot up to it. What do you want to do?
Could I crawl under the desk?
50% chance it doesn't go all the way to the floor. Yes, you can.
Sweet. He will go
Barely.
prone
Barely.
and slink under the desk, leaving the door open there so that when he goes to close the other door and hopefully get distracted by the grumpy human on the other side, he can then sneak around.
As you begin to make your way in underneath the desk, you hear the human, Maldok, would you knock it off? I see your door's open. And so he kind of walks over and kind of opens the door. And Maldok goes, what are you talking about? And he kind of walks over this way. Perception checks on both that they don't. The one that the human is going to have, I'm going to some additional successes because you're kind of concealed. The other one is going to get standard. The human.
But isn't he super concealed with his cloak?
He doesn't have the cloak on. This would be a 20-foot, a 50-foot diameter of darkness.
Oh yeah, that's not subtle.
All right, so that's not subtle, right? It's like where the lights go. The human kind of stops for a second and looks down about where you're at. At that moment, Medic comes around and, what are you doing, Daryl? And it's like, you keep opening my door, damn it. What are you trying to pull?
Good old Daryl.
And he kind of walks over here, Daryl. This Daryl, my other brother Daryl, and Daryl. He kind of walks over
Together
and
they
goes,
are
"What are
now.
you talking about, Daryl? Are you drinking again?" And Daryl goes, "I haven't done that for days. Stop opening my door, damn it!" And they kind of go right here. Perception check on the Bahul to see if he catches you. He catches the shadow of something at his desk, and he's kind of caught in between now. He sees something, but he's kind of yelling at Daryl. And Merrick and them are kind of going at it, and Merrick kind of stops for a second. Merrick begins to turn and goes, and Daryl goes, "Merrick, listen, you need to stop opening my door. I don't care what kind of tricks you're up to." And that kind of gets Merrick's attention. What do you want to do right now? Quickly, make a decision.
As soon as Merrick is distracted, I'm gonna start crawling around to the other door.
You're going to crawl. I just want to make sure you're saying this. This is a 4-foot desk, and you're going to crawl while these two are arguing, right? All right.
Right. As long as if they seem animatedly focused on each other, I'm gonna take that moment to quickly crawl around to hide behind the other
I
side
just
of this.
rolled to see if Daryl spots you. He rolled a 95. So you kind of make your way around the cabinet, and you kind of push yourself up against the cabinet, and the door still where they're at is open. What do you want to do, Bajra? You guys are right about here.
Yeah, I know he doesn't have a bunch of I don't know what his last name is, but I don't think he's got very many letters. He should have come in by now.
Check your DMs. Not you, Bajra.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
I was gonna say, I got
perfect.
nothing.
Whew.
Okay. All right, I guess we're gonna keep going. You know exactly where we're going, and I was trying to not get you collared. I was trying.
And you have on the paper, on the order, it says caller.
Yeah.
Can you change that?
And since it's 1:30 a.m. your time, we're going to call it a night.
Oh no. Oh,
We'll pick up
no,
next
I-
weekend,
I-
next Friday, to see how the bumbling adventures of the Darduratels continue to open up, and maybe I can inflict some more emotional damage when they find out that Luna has disappeared. Maybe.
No.
Oh,
No.
what?
No.
Until then, guys, thank you so much for letting me torture you for 3.5 hours tonight. You guys are amazing players. I appreciate you all.
Thank you.
Say goodnight.
Good night, everyone.
Good
And
night.
I don't think I have anybody on. Let's say I can't do a raid. I can't initiate a raid on this side. So anyways, we'll be back in 1 week. Be sure to check out the A1 Adventures. A1 Adventures with I See Stars on Monday night. The Diary of a Dragon Pit, or of the Dragon Pit. I forget the titles. I apologize. On Tuesday night with Default Dungeon Master. They are both Eastern times. They both start at 7 p.m. Eastern time in the East, 4 p.m. on the Pacific side of the world. Until then, stay healthy, stay safe, stay legendary.